Joining us now is Carrie Tornicello, who is the co-owner and manager of Rollie Pollies in Mooresville. Thanks for coming on the show, Carrie.
Thanks for having me. It's fun to be here.
Well, Carrie's here to tell us a little bit about Rollie Pollies, and we want to talk as well about getting your children active and how important it is to get the young ones active at a very early age. And on another show, in our second segment, we're going to have some doctor come on and talk about the nutrition side.
Great.
So we really want to focus right now on the activity side. But first, tell us a little bit about Rollie Pollies and how you got started. And
Sure. Well, Rollie Pollies, we opened 2.5 years ago. It'll be 3 years in July. It's been a whirlwind, but it's a lot of fun. We focus on kids between the ages of 6 months and 6 years old for our classes. We also do summer camps, and we go up to 8-year-olds for summer camps. So it's 4 to 8-year-olds for summer camps. We do birthday parties up to 7-year-olds. So we really focus on the younger kids. And the reason we do that is because there are so many other opportunities for kids once they get into school to do dance or gymnastics or soccer or karate. But really for the younger ones, there wasn't a whole lot of opportunity in the Lake Norman area. So that's why we opened up where we did and why we focus where we do. And it's always hard when your kids get older and they age out of Rollie Pollies. It's like, can't you go to this age? Can't you go to that age?
I know, it's so sad because my daughter was in it and my older son was always like, can't I go in and play in the pit?
Exactly. Well, my son can't go anymore either. I bring him in, he's like, yay, and I'm like, stay away from the little kids. I don't want you running them over.
But it's nice to have a place where little kids are safe too. Because I remember mine were that little. Sometimes, you know, the bigger kids just, they bowl them over sometimes.
That is completely why we do it. We want them to have a safe place, and we want them to do things that are appropriate for their age. A lot of playgrounds in the area have things for older kids, especially if you go to the local schools. The playgrounds, they're for school-age children. There aren't a lot of playgrounds. I'm so excited about Hope Park because they have the tot lot area. And with Rollie Pollies, I mean, we're year-round. If it's really hot in the summertime, bring your kids into the air conditioning and let them get their wiggles out. If it's the dead of winter, bring them in. Even in the spring and in the fall, you've got kids, sadly, who suffer from allergies, and it's hard for them to be outside. So we don't say don't bring your kids outside. We encourage them to go outside, but we also encourage them to come into Rollie Pollies so they learn the appropriate way to play and to exercise and to have fun. And we also are able then to tell the parents how to properly spot their children when they're in the playground, so we avoid any accidents or boo-boos in that environment as well.
Well, it seems like too, if you're talking about as they transition out and they're going into different sports, if they can get some fundamentals when they're young and get that coordination started, it'll be a lot easier for them and less injuries.
It's really hard for us to explain to people what we do because technically it's motor skills. We work with, the main things that we do are balance, jumping, rolling, and inversions, which are hanging your kids upside down. And then as the kids get older, we add in a lot of eye-hand coordination, eye-foot coordination, working as a team. We work on gross motor skills, which are your big muscle groups. We work on fine motor skills, and we also work on cognitive skills, things like memory and paying attention and things like that. So a lot goes into the curriculum and the classes that we do. But again, once they get those core ideals, then they can go out and branch out into the sports or into the dancing or into, you know, the other activities once they're, you know, appropriate for it at a certain age. It hurts me to see children at age 2 or age 3 pushed into team sports because everybody else is doing it, and it's just, they're just not ready yet. Let them play. Let them play, and you watch them play, and you play with them. That's key too, having the parents play with the kids. You know, rather than just watching their kids play, get involved with your kids. It means so much to the children to have their mommies or daddies.
There's a lot of happy kids when you go into
Rollie absolutely,
absolutely.
Tell a little bit about the complement of classes that you offer and the open gyms and how it all works.
Absolutely, we offer gym classes, like I said, for 6 months up to 6-year-olds. We also offer creative arts classes, which we call art classes. We start at 18 months for those. So those go for 18 months up to, I think, 4 years old right now. We can do older, and then we also have music classes, which again, we start at 12 months old, and then we do that up to 3-year-olds as well. We do summer camps for the 4 to 8-year-olds. Those are 3 hours where the kids come. There's a theme each week that we do, so there's lots of different components that go along with that. And then we also offer open gyms. The open gyms have really become popular recently, just because, again,
everybody's got cabin fever.
Yes, you need a place to let your kids get their wiggles out. So we've extended our hours for open gyms. Now, we don't extend it so that you drop your kid off at 2 and you pick them up at 5, because to be honest with you, 3 hours at Rollie Pollies is exhausting for anybody to be in the gym for that long. So we keep the open gyms to an hour and a half in there. And again, that's plenty of times for the kids to exercise and play. And so we do offer that literally every day of the week. We've got open gyms going on. We've got classes Monday through Saturday, and then we do birthday parties Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. So it's hopping.
And you also have the date night.
Date nights. Oh, we have some people who, if I don't publish that date night as soon as the last date nights happen, when is it? When do I sign my kid up for the next date night?
We need to do one for the older kids.
Again, we have to be careful with the older kids. They do get a little big for the equipment. But we do them once a month. The next one we have coming up is April 16th, and they're open for members and non-members. Okay. We can go into the whole membership, non-membership thing, but it's basically for children who are 3 years old and completely potty trained, to the point where if we say, okay, it's time to go potty, because we do pull the kids off the floor to have snacks and go potty, that they will do it versus telling us after the fact that you know, they had an accident. So fully potty trained age 3 up to 8.
Yeah.
And just to finish up, real quickly, tell us about how, you know, a lot of parents are watching their money and they're worried about getting locked into an expense. Right. But your membership is really flexible. So just real briefly talk about how it could work for any budget. Right.
It can be overwhelming when you see all of our options, but we purposely put it out there. Over the last 3 years, we've realized that really people have different needs, and so we want to offer everybody a package that's going to be right for them. We have a once-a-year annual membership. It's $20. That literally for us covers insurance in the gym. We have to have insurance, obviously, for all the kids in the gym. But we've added benefits to that this year. So when you pay your $20 membership, you're going to get half-price open gyms, you're going to get discounts on date nights, and you're also going to get 10% off of a birthday party for the child who's a member. Also, our classes, we offer 9-week sessions where you just come to class once a week for 9 weeks. We offer monthly drafting, which again, you just come, it's like a regular gym membership. It's like you start and then you pay $75 a month for your first child, and you just come each week to your class and you get unlimited open gyms with that. And then you just give us a 30-day notice when you want to stop, and we stop the drafting. We also do drop-ins where you can just bring your kids in if you can't commit to 9 weeks or you can't commit to coming every day in a month. Just call us beforehand and say, I'm coming in. And we can do drop-in classes as well. We also offer sibling discounts. We've really increased our sibling discount to the point where now your second child is 20% off. It used to be 10% off, and now your third child is free and fourth child is free. So even if you have 2 kids doing 2 classes, basically they're paying for 1 class each with a 20% discount off the second child, and then the third and fourth class are free. So we've really tried to hit a lot of different price points for a lot of different needs in the community. But again, if you still don't have the time, you still don't have the ability to come on a regular basis or a consistent basis, my best advice to parents, honestly, play with your children, especially again the ages that we work with. Up to 3 years old, a child really needs a parent next to them when they're playing, and play with your child. Give them encouragement, give them direction. Verbal feedback is huge. We get to the point now where we're working on rolling, this current session that we're doing, and as soon as the kids hear me say hands down, they put their hands down, they tuck their head, and they roll. And all I have to say now is hands down. Now for the first 4 weeks of the session, tie hands down, tuck your head, push your tushy, you know, so they know, but you just have to keep saying that. And it's the same thing for parents. I know we feel like a broken record, but the more you verbally give your children information, the more they actually can process and do what you're asking them to do. And they're playing, they're having fun, so they don't know that they're learning.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. We just gave you a lot of information. If you need more information, you can go to lknsavings.com, and all your specials are listed on there. And it is really important to get your kids active at an early age, and Rollie Pollies is a perfect place for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thanks so much.